بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تدخلوا بيوتا غير بيوتكم حتى تستأنسوا وتسلموا على أهلها ذلكم خير لكم لعلكم تذكرون صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Respected elders, mothers, brothers and sisters in Islam, Alhamdulillah, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has granted us such a beautiful and comprehensive deen that it covers all aspects of our lives. Our aqeedah, our beliefs, our worship, our practices, our rituals, our mu'amalat, our mu'asharat, our social dealings and our social conduct, all various aspects of our life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us guidance and has sent the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to teach us the correct way how to conduct ourselves in all the various aspects of our lives. Respected brothers and sisters, we were discussing Surah An-Nur, which is a very beautiful surah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions many different etiquettes and adab by which when a person follows these etiquettes and adab, it will protect the morality of human beings. It will protect the chastity of human beings. It will protect human beings from immodesty and shamelessness. It will protect their natural purity and innocence that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted them. So in Surah An-Nur, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentions human beings, they have a difficult life outside of home, earning a livelihood, hustle and bustle of life. Allah has granted human beings a source of comfort in their homes, that they can get away from all of the hustle and bustle and the noise and the busyness of life, and once they enter their homes, they have a sense of privacy. They have a sense of sakina, tranquility and comfort, that now I am home, I can relax, and now I can be at ease. This is the purpose of the home which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us all. But at the same time, with this privacy that human beings enjoy in their homes, it's not like every human being, they have signs all over their homes which say no trespassing, please do not visit me, this is a place of comfort, I don't want anyone to come and visit me, I don't want to hear anything from anyone. No, this is not the case. Rather, human beings, we have an inclination towards being social, towards mixing with each other, towards visiting each other, talking to each other. We visit other people in their homes, other people come and visit us in our homes. So the etiquettes and adab, how must a person visit another person's home? What are the etiquettes and adab that a person must follow? Some of these things have been mentioned in Surah An-Nur. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts off the verse of the Quran al-Kareem by saying, O you who believe, do not enter homes which are not yours. Do not enter the homes of somebody else. حَتَّى تَسْتَأْنِسُوا وَتُسَلِّمُوا عَلَىٰ أَهْلِهَا, until you have done two things. The first thing is called isti'nas, which means you acquaint yourself, you make yourself familiar to the people of the household. In other words, you take permission from the people of the home before you enter that house. وَتُسَلِّمُوا عَلَىٰ أَهْلِهَا, and you make the salam upon them. You say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, so that the people are comforted, the people are put at ease, that whoever it is knocking on my door, it's a person who has come at peace. He has come with nothing of harm. He has come with only goodness to my door. ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. This is better for you if only you would ponder and you would reflect. فَإِن لَمْ تَجِدُوا فِيهَا أَحَدًا فَلَا تَدْخُلُوهَا حَتَّى يُؤْذَنَ لَكُمْ. If you see that nobody is there, do not enter that home حَتَّى يُؤْذَنَ لَكُمْ, until you have been granted permission. وَإِن قِيلَ لَكُمُ ارْجِعُوا. If it is said to you, go back. فَارْجِعُوا. Then go back. هُوَ أَزْكَى لَكُمْ. This is more pure for you. وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ عَلِيمٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything which you are doing. So when we look into this ayat karima, this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts off by telling us, before you enter any home, you must take permission. Before entering any home, you must make the salam. These are the two prerequisites, the conditions, before you can enter somebody else's house. Some of the wisdoms why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made these etiquettes and adab for us. Why He has placed these conditions before we can enter somebody else's home. Number one, for the resident of that household, as we mentioned, this is their place of comfort. This is their place of relaxation. This is their place to get away from the hustle and bustle of life. Now, if anybody is just entering inside of their home, that sense of privacy, that sense of comfort and relaxation, they're deprived of it. Because now anyone and everyone is coming inside of their house, their home is now just like the outside, which is not the purpose of the home. Secondly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed these verses in consideration for the person visiting as well. Because if you visit somebody and you do not follow the proper etiquettes, what's going to happen to the host, to the owner of that home? He's not going to be so happy to see you. Look at this guy. Completely no adab. He's barging inside of my home. He's invading my privacy. He's not going to want to offer you a cup of chai. He's going to want to kick you out of his house. So number one, in consideration for the owner of the household. Number two, in consideration for the visitor. Because when the host or the owner of that home, when he sees this guy has come with good etiquettes, he's come with such good adab, he tried his best not to disturb me. Now his heart feels, let me entertain my guests to the best of my ability. Thirdly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned all of these etiquettes for the sake of sanctifying the awrah of a person's home. The women folk who are inside of a person's home, sometimes they're walking around, they may not be dressed properly, they may not have the hijab covering their heads, they may not be wearing the abaya. And for a strange man to see somebody's family in that condition, this is not liked by Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So He revealed these verses in order to protect the honor of the Muslim woman. Imagine, Allah has revealed a whole surah, rukus, verses of the Quran inside of the surah, all to protect the sanctity of the Muslim woman, to protect her honor, to protect her parda, to protect her innocence. Allah has revealed the surah and revealed these verses, explaining in detail how we will enter upon somebody else's home. So now the question comes about that, look, what if it's my family's home? Because a lot of people, what do they say? As soon as they come, they won't knock, they won't do anything, they'll just barge inside. And they'll say, this is my cousin. Oh man, this is my brother's house. Oh, this is my sister's house. I don't need to knock here, I'm family. This is like my own house. I don't need to worry about knocking and taking permission. I'm just going to enter right away. No, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, don't do that. Even if you're living inside of the same home, you do not enter somebody's room even without seeking permission and knocking. A person came to Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and he said, do I need to take permission when I'm entering the home of my mother? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, yes, of course you need to take permission. He said, Ya Rasulullah, but we live in the same house. So her house is my house. Do I need to take permission when I'm entering my own house? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, yes, you must take permission. Again, the person wanted to keep on asking. He said, but O Messenger of Allah, I'm 24 hours in her khidmah. So it becomes difficult upon me to keep knocking and taking permission every single time that I need to enter. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, would you like that you enter the room of your mother and she is in a condition that you wouldn't like to see? Right? Na'udhu billah, for example, maybe she's changing her clothes, she's in a moment of privacy. Would you like to enter upon your mother and see her in a condition that you would dislike? So immediately the Sahabi, radiyallahu anhu, he said, no, I wouldn't like that. He said, yes, then you must take permission. Anytime you enter, even if it's you're entering the room of your mother, even if she's living inside the same home as you, you must take permission so that the person's modesty and morality is always kept in the highest esteem. This hadith has been mentioned by Imam Malik rahimahullah in his Muwatta. Another thing to take into consideration, respected brothers and sisters, is that when we're entering the home and it's our own family, it's narrated about Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu. Anytime he would enter the house, he would make a little bit of noise. Make some kind of noise, so that the people inside of the house, the people inside of the room, after the salam, he would make this noise so that the people can be aware that Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu, he has entered the household. So perhaps if I'm not dressed in the correct way, perhaps if I'm not sitting in the most respectable of ways, we can fix those things before the person has entered and sees us in a condition that he would not like to see us, and we also would not like him to see us in that condition. So before he would enter, he would make some kind of noise so that the people inside of the home, his family members, they could be aware that he is now entering inside of the house. The second thing Rasulullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the verse of the Quran is that after you take permission, you must make the salam. Together with permission, you must make the salam. Do not just ask for permission without salam. That is why it's mentioned about Umar radiyallahu anhu. Anytime he would enter or seek to enter the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he would not even give the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam the opportunity to ask, who is it? Because why waste time? Why waste time? The way that you present yourself, you make the salam and you make yourself known who you are. That is why he would say, Assalamu alaikum ayadkhulu Umar. Assalamu alaikum. Can Umar enter? So he would let the people know, who is it at the door? Abu Musa Ash'ari radiyallahu anhu. He would enter upon Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he would say, Hada Abu Musa, O Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Assalamu alaikum. This is Abu Musa. And then he would go on to say, Hada al-Ash'ari, giving further explanation. Which Abu Musa am I? I am Abu Musa al-Ash'ari radiyallahu anhu. So sometimes what happens? A person knocks on the door, or we knock on somebody's door. You have a name that 20 different people in the community, they have the same name. Your name is Muhammad, for example. Your name is Abdullah. So now you knock on the door and you just say, Assalamu alaikum. Who is it? Abdullah. Now, the person behind the door, which Abdullah? I know Abdullah Rashid, I know Abdullah so-and-so, I know this Abdullah, that Abdullah. Now sometimes the person might feel shy. Now I'm going to ask, which Abdullah is it? Maybe he's going to feel bad, I didn't recognize his voice. Or, I don't know which Abdullah it is. Right? So this is also a second important thing, is that when you seek permission, make yourself known who you are in the best of ways, especially if you have a common name. One person came to the door of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, who is at the door? What did the person reply? Ana. What does ana mean? It's me. It's me. When Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam heard this, he got a little bit irritated and he said, Ana. Me. Who is me? How do I know who you are? I can't tell by your voice. You have to make yourself clear who you are before you enter. So the way when a person does this, it grants comfort to the person's heart. They now know who it is at the door. Not only when a person is entering someone's home, but also this is an important etiquette and adab when a person is entering the bathroom. Because what happens a lot of times? The person's in the bathroom. Sometimes, the lock maybe is broken, doesn't work. Maybe he didn't lock it the right way. Now the person, he barges inside, and mashallah, that's not a place you want to meet someone. That's not the place you want to give someone a da'wah. If you give someone da'wah, invite them to your home. Don't invite them there. But sometimes what happens? The door is locked, it's loose, the lock is a little bit loose, something happens. So don't just enter and barge in the bathroom right away. Before you enter, if you see the door is closed, knock lightly. Okay, you hear somebody makes a noise inside? Okay, this door is occupied. I shouldn't enter. Let me use another one. Sometimes what happens? A person's inside of the bathroom. I have personal experience with this one. You're sitting inside the bathroom. You're taking care of business, everything is fine. And then suddenly, without any warning, somebody comes and they violently shake the door and try and open and come inside. The thing is shaking. You think it's like a police raid. Someone is about to come inside. You're thinking, should I raise my hands and put my hands in the air and say, I don't have any weapons on me, please don't arrest me. As if the FBI has come to arrest somebody. Don't do that. You shake the person's heart. Just knock lightly. Is anybody in there? Okay, someone's there. Let me move to the next place. But when you violently shake the door, the person gets startled, the person gets alarmed, it causes taklif. Even when you are knocking on someone's door, don't knock like it's an FBI raid. Open up! No. Knock lightly. Right? Sometimes what does a person do? They want to make their presence known. So the doorbell is there. With one ring, the people will know that you're there. Trust me, inshallah, they'll know that you're there. What does a person do? Tung, 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 tung. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rings. Make sure that people know that I'm here. And bicharas, poor guys inside the house, someone's downstairs taking a nap, someone is upstairs, baby is sleeping. With your 10 rings of the doorbell, you woke up all those people who are trying to rest. So this is not the proper etiquette. So one thing to remember here is that yes, although we have the doorbell, you have the peephole, people can see, but sometimes it's dark outside, sometimes you can't see clearly through the peephole. So that's why you should make yourself known. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It's me, Rohullah, I'm here to visit. Is anybody home? Now the people, they know inside who's there, who's not there. Once a person knocks once, you wait a little bit. You knock for a second time, Assalamu alaikum, still no reply. You knock for the third time, still there's no reply. فَرُجِعُوا. You should leave at that moment. فَرُجِعُوا وَأَزْكَى لَكُمْ. Because it is better for you. And there is no harm that even if someone, they tell you, excuse me brother, I'm a little bit busy right now, I want you to come back later. You should not feel any, you shouldn't feel like the person did something bad to you. You shouldn't feel offended. Because the verse of the Quran says, if it is said to you, return, then you should return. Do not feel bad about this. The person might be busy, they may be in a situation where they need privacy and they don't want visitors at that time. Some of the Salaf have mentioned that I have been visiting people's homes for a long time with this intention in my heart, that if only they will tell me, I'm busy right now, please go back, so that I can act upon the verses of Surah Al-Nur. And they said, for the entirety of my life, I still haven't been granted that opportunity. But I make dua. One day someone tell me, go back, so that I can make amal on this verse of the Quran. So respected listeners, visiting somebody's house, this is something we do all the time. This is something we do all the time. But if we visit somebody and we follow these etiquettes and adab, we will be rewarded for following the verses of the Quran and following the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. So when you visit someone, right, my personal preference, knock on the door because it's closer to the sunnah. Ringing the bell is not closer to the sunnah. Knocking is closer to the sunnah. And tell yourself, oh Allah, I am knocking this door and I'm saying Assalamu alaikum and I'm exposing who I am. All of this to practice on the verses of your beautiful Quran Kareem. The beautiful verses that you revealed in Surah Al-Nur. You're visiting somebody, you're enjoying their company, you're having a good time. But at the same time, Allahu Akbar, you're getting the rewards for reviving the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and practicing the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and following the verses of Surah Al-Nur. Another important thing is that when we knock, we should remember, stay to the side of the door. Do not peep inside. As soon as the door opens, you're looking inside. Oh, mashallah, 2 stories. Wow, look in there. Wow, the house is really clean. Or you're looking in the back. Oh man, these guys don't keep their house clean. I saw all this stuff on the floor here, this and that. No, don't peep inside people's homes. If they want you to see their home, they'll invite you inside. If they're busy, they don't want you to come inside, that means they don't want you to see. Protect your eyes and don't look. Because one of the hikmah and the reasons why these verses were revealed was to protect the chastity and the honor of the believers, especially for the women folk. So that's why we should never peek or peep inside. One last thing that I'll end off with is some of the ulama, like Mufti Shafi rahimahullah, he has mentioned, that's just like how we have etiquettes and adab when we are knocking on somebody's door. Similarly, in our day and age, a lot of people, we visit each other by usage of the cell phone. This is the way we communicate. Instead of visiting the person at the home, we will just give them a call. So he says it's very important to also keep our etiquettes and adab when we are communicating on the phone. Some of those etiquettes, very briefly I'll mention. Number 1, letting the person know who you are. Letting them know who you are. It's me so-and-so, from so-and-so, place, we met at this time, whatever. This is what I want to talk to you about. If you have to talk to someone about something that's lengthy, it's a topic, it's a discussion you need to have with the person. Don't just call him and say, Assalamu alaikum brother, and then you get into your topic and for the next 45 minutes you took the guy's whole time. He had to go to the bathroom, he's holding himself. He had to eat, his dinner's on the table, everything got cold, his wife is going to fight with him later. Don't put the person in that situation. Sometimes you might tell someone, look, I need to talk to you for 3 minutes. Do you have 3 minutes? 3 minutes becomes 3 hours. No, that's not the way. Let him know how much time. Look, our discussion, what I need to talk to you about, is going to take 10 minutes. When can we talk? Is it a good time now or should I phone at another time? And inshallah, like that, you coordinate, so that way you don't give the other person taklif, and the person who's calling also does not get any taklif. These are all beautiful etiquettes and adab through which we can have a very beautiful and good social life with our brothers and sisters. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us all tawfiq. Wa akhiru da'wana.